All right, Mr. Williams, anybody? All right, Mr. Weinstein, anybody? All right, let's see.
Tell me what that is, please. Do I have it?
Whatever the
Is it
schedules
an email?
are for Mr. Addis and Mr. Steele, I'll make sure that I make my, because we have a lot of overlaps. I'll make myself available.
Ms. Westmoreland? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Pat. I apologize.
When did they?
The same, Your Honor, between Mr. Steele's list and Mr. Sharp's list, and the availability sent to the state by Mr. Steele, we have the same availability, so I believe we're covered.
Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am.
As it relates to availability, we will be apprising counsel for the defense when the witnesses are available. And I think that given the court has given us a time frame wherein to make them available, we will apprise defendants, counsels of the times and dates the witnesses are available and will be made available, as opposed to having witnesses conform to their availability.
And please, in your discussions with each other, please be very clear about which witnesses do not wish to be interviewed.
But on March 23rd, 2015, Mr. Lamar or Rich Homie Kwan, and this is all public, he said, I'm still affiliated with Rich Gang, with them, talking about Rich Gang. In an interview that was with Thesis THIS 50. In an interview with ESPN on April 20th, 2015, Mr. Lamar reaffirms that Mr. Williams will always be his, and I'm quoting it, brother. And with Vlad, VLAD TV, Mr. Lamar talks about Mr. Williams on April 21, 2015, wishing Mr. Williams the best. In an interview, he states that Mr. Williams, had no, quote, bad blood. That's May 16, 2022. I contest that there was this supposed eruption and they don't get along. The state knows this because they didn't call him. But on March 23rd, 2015, Mr. Lamar or Rich Homie Kwan, and this is all public, he said, I'm still affiliated with Rich Gang, with them, talking about Rich Gang. In an interview.
All right. Greetings, welcome to Kiy NY7. Appreciate you coming through. I have so many tabs open. I apologize. All right. Thank you. What I'm doing was showing some highlights from the YSL trial and do a preview too on the pastor, the Pimpin pastor, David Taylor. It's Sunday too, and a lot of times people think about church, think about religion. A lot of pastors are being exposed. So I put both into the stream just to at least do a timeline too, particularly for the YSL, because actually from day one, we were shown that they weren't what they were cut out to be. Hello. Thanks for coming through speaking. It is an open chat room. Feel free to chat or discuss your thoughts. I don't think we have real gangsters anymore. The ones we do have are older, whether you want them around or not. People don't like people just coming on here pretending to be something that they're not. So most recently, Young Thug was exposed for some leaked audio, and I'm going to play some of that in just a second. I wanted to show the highlight, though, of the pastor that is scammed about over 50 million in labor and sex scandals. So a lot of things have to do with lustful sex and money. That's been the root to a lot of things from early on too. People have said that for decades now. But let me get right into this. Let me share the screen and I can get right into it. Thanks for coming through.
people there on the ground. Breaking at noon, 2 pastors now facing federal charges in a $50 million labor and money laundering scandal linked to a Houston ministry. An active investigation is happening at the Joshua Media Ministries International, which is off the North Freeway. And that is where we find KPRC2 reporter Rochelle Turner. Rochelle, what is going on there? This seems to be a really interesting story, but what have you seen or heard from people there on the ground?
Haley, good afternoon to you. I can tell you within the past 5 minutes or so, we actually spoke to a worker who works at a supply store right next door, and he told us that he wasn't surprised when he came into work this morning and saw all of the law enforcement agencies. He said since he's been at that business.
Okay, y'all can hear this, right? All right, good. Thanks for coming through. Feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you like information. I tend to have a very unique perspective on things. I thought something got paused, but we'll get right back into that too. So what I'm doing is showing some of the things from the Pimpin pastor. He was sex trafficking allegedly, forcing people to have plan B on deck. He wasn't playing around. The home he has, though, is so huge. I do want to focus on that, and I'll get right back into that too. I want to get back into the timeline. I was making a point. From day one, things look shady to me. I don't know about y'all, but to me, right away, when the founder, Mr. Daniels of YSL gang, was in court telling a lot.
Of YSL. Now, when you said that you are one of the founders of YSL, would you please tell the jury the name of each founder of YSL as you understand that word to me?
I answered that yesterday.
Would you please answer it for the jury as you know it today?
Jeffrey Williams, myself, Trentavious Stevens, and Walter Murphy.
And what is it that you were founded when you named yourselves YSL?
At the time, it was a possible.
It was what now?
At the time, it was a possible record label because at the time, they didn't even know the music was going to reach the heights that the music reached.
Who is they? When you say at the time, they didn't really know.
I didn't say they.
Okay, I didn't hear.
I said at the time.
If y'all remember, there was a lot of back and forth. There was tons of scrutiny going on when it came to this trial. The prosecutor, Adrienne Love, had a very hard time, besides people roasting her in a live chat. She did her dangest. When I saw this man right here who was in his early 20s, they had a hard life in Georgia. All you see is the bright lights, the money, the shiny things when you see rappers, right? Rappers get so much, you guys, so wrapped up into their music that people envy them. There's a difference between enjoying music and envy. There's so much envy within the Black community, and particularly with rappers, that's why they're offing each other. Stop wanting to be someone else. This guy looked like he aged 100 years while he was in a gang that he created. Think about that. He shouldn't even look like this. He looked like somebody's grandpa, not grandson. Son, if this is how you look to be in a gang that got money, that got put on, Young Thug got put on. Why would you look like this? You got to think about it. Think about it. And listen to what he said.
Man.
And then we're going to jump to the other one, Little Woody.
Yeah, I said at the time, we didn't know the heights that the music was going to reach.
Okay. So it was a record label at the time you formed?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It ain't you, it's me. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
Okay. You know.
No, I'm good. I can maintain.
Now.
I can manage, I meant. Not maintain.
When you founded this record label, do you remember where you were when you all came up with the name?
I don't recall.
If you were one of the founding members, why did you just refer to the record label as his record label?
Because on paper, it's his record label.
All right, we'll get into the leaked audio because most recent we got 21 Savage chiming in, right? Now you think about it, 21 Savage came in the game as this like gangster, as somebody that grew up in the hard streets. He talked about the street life. You know, I had it hard, y'all had it hard. He's a decent rapper, but he lied about his life growing up. See, the media blew that up when they said, we met your mother and father. You grew up in a middle-class home and you was hardly ever in the streets. So what are you talking about? You got to think about it. When people are already getting exposed, you don't get surprised when even more exposure comes out if they still out here playing a role that doesn't belong to them. Rappers are actors now. When I grew up, rappers were what they said they were. They didn't act, and they wrote their own stuff. They write their own lyrics and they live the life that they portrayed, and we respected it. Not because you out here trying to slime out everybody, but because you are who you say you are and you're coming up out of it. So we want to know what message you have for us today. You can't receive proper messages from people that aren't even who they say they are. I'm not surprised 21 Savage is wrapped up in this. I'm not surprised at all because he's not who he said he was. I'm just going to play a little bit. This is the audio from the jail call.
I ain't send you no song. I ain't see no song. When he supposed to drop? Man, that nigga ain't finna drop.
He dropped Friday, nigga. How you think I ain't gonna know he signed me?
He dropped Friday for sure.
Man, 100%. Friday. I can hold his shit back if I want to. If my album don't be ready, I can hold it back. But Drake already sent the song called, the name of my album, I'm gonna drop my album on the same day he dropped, and it's called Business is Business. Then I'm gonna drop an album the very next week after that. It's gonna be a singing album, and it's called Love You Later.
Yeah. What song? Hold on, I'm about to send it to you.
When you gonna go to the Yo and do it for me, bro?
Yeah.
You must be asleep.
Yeah, I got it this time. Nah, I'm on the way to this shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna just tell him book one. You good though?
Most definitely. I'm really trying to fuck nigga whole shit up.
You been drinking water, right?
Most definitely. But that's all they got to do in them motherfucking water. That's all them folks got. You wouldn't believe I fell in love with water, bro.
Yeah.
You been drinking it?
Yeah. Got to.
Yeah. Well, you kept it here. That's it. Man, bro, please go to the studio and do the song, bro.
Yeah, I'm finna do it. I'm saying I don't think you should play it like that, bro.
Why?
I feel like you should have just made that nigga come in, like cleaned his face up and made him come in more. Like, if I need 80% of everything, 70%, I'm gonna tarnish your face card. Because you gotta think about it, but bro, at the end of the day, bro,
you did what you did, but we got to capitalize on everything we do in life, bro. Like, at the end of the day, saying fuck a nigga, what that's really finna get a nigga for real.
Oh, definitely. You know, I still get 50% of a nigga album anyway, though, whatever album. but goddamn.
Yeah, but shit,
Definitely right.
it's still just like it's the money though. Like
Oh,
shit,
definitely.
nigga can get the money by telling the world like, well, I told him to do that just cause like.
Business is business.
That was a snippet of him with 21 Savage. I'm not getting much out of that, but I might have falsely grabbed that. Other people getting something that I'm not. But I wanted to also show 6ix9ine. Now, rapper 6ix9ine is chiming in. I didn't know that till just before I went to do this live stream. Again, my name is Kiy NY7. Please consider hitting the like button if you're here. If you are enjoying information, if you enjoy a different perspective, you enjoy somebody that doesn't just throw stuff out there, is always trying to make a point with the content. If you like to tap in, the phone line is there in the link. So whatever your view is, you can come share it, and you're invited to do that. With 6ix9ine, right? We all know that he represented blood. He was from New York. I'm a native of New York. You never used to see people just get tapped in for no reason. With 6ix9ine, he just got tapped in for no reason. He had no history, no nothing to become a blood. He's a Mexican American, which you not a blood unless you're black by me, because that was always the rule anyway. So when people come, I'm going to know whether you're real or not anyway. 6ix9ine has been chiming in. I want to show that because he's feeling like he knows he's a big fat New York rat, right? He's been dragged for being a rat, right? So he's saying, why you ain't getting at the Rat Pack? I'm calling him the Rat Pack. Why you ain't getting that YSL like that? Why? He says, where's all the smoke at, or all the energy that like was shown his way? Where is all that at now? So I'm gonna show that right now. Where am I at? Oh, hold on. Hold on, just
How quick did your bitch leave you when you ratted? I'm not here to tweak.
Listen, bro. Didn't niggas almost cut your head off?
Hello, Scratch. I never
Huh?
told her. I beat a
Nah,
body.
but nah,
I
it's
beat a
cool. It's
body.
cool. It's
I was
cool. But
facing life. I
it's
was facing
cool, bro.
life in jail. Didn't you
Hold on,
get beat
hold on,
up at,
hold on,
what's
hold
that
on,
fitness gym?
hold on,
Didn't you
hold
get beat
on.
up at the fitness?
Yeah,
Aren't you trying to sue a fucking
but
fitness
nah,
gym?
but let me tell you something real quick. Let me tell you something. I me, I did what I do, but
Stop
I'm
stuttering.
really
Shut the fuck up. Stop stuttering.
like that. I'm really like that.
How
You hear
you
me?
like that? They
Cause I really
offered
do
you
got
20
yo,
years and you ratted.
hit me
They
up,
offered
hit
me
me up,
20
hit
years
me up,
and I didn't
hit me up.
rat.
Who got nothing to do niggas who got nothing to do with blood, who got nothing to do got opinions. So now nobody got an opinion?
Rollo the building.
What's up, family? Ack in the building.
Yo, Rollo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm blaming you for all of this. We could have skated past this, but
Man,
you
I told you on God. I swear by Allah, I told you. I said, Thug been calling the streets telling everybody to do this. And then, boom, the next day, y'all say that the
Yo, bro,
calls come out. What
but
Thug doing what
like
he
I
doing.
said, shit don't take. I've been saying it for 5 years. I said it. I was the first to say it. I said, yo, bro, these niggas is undercover rats. I'm not saying what I did is right or wrong. I don't consider I'm outside. I'm wearing my shit like outside. Like what happened? Like yeah, I did it. What? Like that's
But that's
me.
right.
That's like you know me. I'm outside. Like
But ain't nobody
when you
behind
come
the
to
wall.
Miami, I be with
Nah,
security guards. I be
sit
that.
now.
I'm outside. Like
Sit now. Ain't nobody, I just came from behind the wall. Ain't nobody behind the wall saying that you ain't. I just went to FCI, went to all the spots around the world. And whether you believe it or not, I know there's been any comments saying you a fucked up person and all that. I swear by Allah, with everything in me, niggas is not behind the wall saying that about you, John. I even said, I'd be like, shout to be outside. Like, shout to like
Yo,
out here
Rollo,
like me.
Rollo, look. I violated 8 times. I'm on my 8th violation.
Now, I
I
don't
get
want you
sent.
violating now. I want you to
I
stay
got
free,
look.
goddamn it.
I get sentenced. I get sentenced September 28th. I get sentenced September 25th. This is my 8th violation. I go
Right.
to MDC. I'm in these spots. I don't call you from the spot.
You do. You do.
Like I remember
You
when I
gotta
get
stay out of
sentenced, they
jail
said,
though.
Missy Fonda, thank you for subscribing. Consider subscribing, hitting like, and it's an open chat room so that you can share your thoughts. There's a line there too and a link if you're interested. I know people tend to have strong opinions, but then when you give them space to do it, like I do on my platform, y'all get quiet as a rat. We'll continue. Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, we want
they
you to stay
send
out
me.
of jail, bro. You be tripping, man. You got to stay out of jail,
Or
Shawty.
quiet as a mouse.
Hey,
I don't
hey,
know
hey,
what was
That
wrong
one
I
can
with
be
think for
loud
you.
these
people.
days.
Hey, by the way, I think the interesting thing is this, right? The idea of picking and choosing. Rollo is the only person who I felt have spoken about this. I do want to hear every street dude's opinion of this because
I
I ain't gonna
eat,
lie to
bro.
you.
That what you
When it
messing
comes
up
to
at. These dudes, how you gonna say these dudes are street dudes? These are rappers. You get what I'm saying? Sitting down, I did more crime than these dudes. Why are you? What make you qualify these dudes as street dudes? You got dudes like P. You got dudes like P that have 100% put in work in these streets. See, now I got the music on.
it's not,
Oh
you gotta go
my
outside.
bad. Yeah, I told you I'm picking up my
Like, that
girlfriend.
what I'm saying? Like, what's making you qualify these dudes as street? Like, they ain't make no money out the streets. Like, they ain't put in no work in the streets. I have been found guilty of shooting individuals. Now, that
Well,
ain't nothing to brag about. But what I'm saying, like, why are you,
we've heard that Thug's a boogeyman now. We got to be honest.
hey, you ain't never seen him up under your bed either. What make you think he's a boogeyman? He never got found guilty of nothing. He was not guilty. That's why he was so confident and proud. If he would have got
You did
convicted,
fat time?
then it would have been unjust because they would have locked him up for no reason.
You did fat time?
I did fed time and state. I'm on my
How you
third
doing?
prison bed. Big boy.
¿Sí? No, no. Ya me recordé. Dale que tiene un selfie rápido.
Hey, I don't know, man. Listen,
They
how do
gonna
we
ask
get?
you a question. You gotta answer my
Yo,
question.
Rollo, and look, this is not me. I really hop out my car wherever I go. You see, and these people just see me out on my street. And remember, I'm on live, 26 million followers. This is me dropping my load. It's from Florida, no. I'm Where we at right now? ¿Dónde estamos?
No, oh, oh, no, please don't.
No.
Don't drop it. Nah. Don't do that.
It's really
Hey,
me.
hey, this your fault, but it was trying to tell you. We asked you a question. What do
Hey,
qualify these dudes as street dudes? That's what we
hey,
asking
hey,
you.
Rollo, yo, Rollo.
Nah, nah.
This gonna sound fucked up, but we like Thug. I like
Gracias.
Thug's music so much. I don't care what y'all talking about him. He's solid.
You can like. He got a solid music project. You talking about that gospel spot? That gospel album he finna drop with Kurt Franklin? He going #1 gospel, baby boy.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, I could click like. It's been over 300 people in here. Feel free to chat. If not, I don't know what to tell you. He's another one. Now, he just mentioned, now we talking about pastors too, right? It is Sunday. It doesn't matter the day, but I'm just saying Sunday particularly, right? How y'all feel about Kirk Franklin? Kirk Franklin is another person that people are questioning his genuinity with being church, with being religious. He taps into a lot of lustful dancing, gyrating, all this stuff. I think he's an interesting person to me, or character. We keep seeing music being blended. It could work if you're still working towards being Christ-like, but if not, you're going to get what you're reaching for, which is the streets, which is lack of respect. In some ways, we respect people from the street. Some ways we don't. It depends on what you're doing with your status. But it's interesting to me that Kirk Franklin's name keeps popping up in like unlikely places like this one. I'll play a little bit more, but then I want to go back to, actually, I don't want to play that. Go back to some of what happened with Little Woody, because what I'm doing is basically a timeline. I'm showing what's going on now and what the drama is about right now, but I'm also just want to show the timeline that was so telling anyway, and we shouldn't really be that surprised. I'm still a little surprised that Young Thug did this way, but it's like that's why they all grouped up. That's why they became the gang they are, because you attract what you are. You attract what you are.
And on direct, you testified that YSL is not a gang, correct?
Right or wrong?
And it still ain't a game.
And you testified that it was a music label, correct?
Well, that's the purpose of it.
Okay. And it's a music label that you were never signed to, correct?
Clearly.
Okay. And you never done any songs with Thug, correct?
I haven't.
All right. Now, on cross-examination, do you remember Mr. Steele playing a portion of the On the Porch video?
Off the porch.
Off the porch, excuse me, thank you for correcting. The Off the Porch video with you?
Yes.
And that was Defense Exhibit JW246 for the record. Now, that's a blog for up-and-coming artists, correct?
Yes.
And you talk about music?
Yes.
Right. And you talk about life growing up, correct?
I think so.
Now, the portion that Mr. Steele played, was that was the portion when you called yourself a gangster and said that you would slap people in the face if they tried you or something like that. Do you recall him playing that portion of the clip for you?
Yes.
But that was not the entirety of that interview. Is that fair?
No.
Okay. I want to play for you a few portions, okay?
Put the headphones on?
Yes, please. I'm going to first start playing Defense Exhibit JW246, starting at 00 and ending at 007.
Yeah, they little Woody Freehand Entertainment. Just jumped out of the pool with Dirty Glove Dust. Slap YSL for life.
Now, there you said slap YSL for life, correct?
Yes.
And again, you were never signed to YSL, the label, right?
No.
Okay. And slap means slime, love, all the time, correct?
Slap means slap.
Slime, love, all the time?
If I guess.
All right. Now I want to play JW246 at 9:15 to 9:47.
Yeah. And you dropped a music video for that song too. Was that your first music video you shot?
Yeah, first one ever.
Yeah. How'd you think that turned out?
It was fun. It turned out great. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like it. Still watch it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you rep YS. And you dropped a music video for that song too. Was that your first music video you shot?
Yeah, first one ever.
Yeah. How'd you think that turned out?
It was fun. It turned out great. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like it. Still watch it today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you rep YSL a lot in your music.
Gang.
How far back does your relationship with them go?
Yeah, still.
When he said rep, he asked you if you rep YSL in your music. You said game, correct?
No, I said game.
Why would you say game?
Game, like I wanted to be a part of YSL. I wanted, like, on the papers, I wanted to be a YSL artist.
This interview was done in 2020, correct?
One of them years.
Okay. Is it fair to say this is after you got out the feds, correct?
Yes.
All right. And at this point, you had known Thug for a number of years, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it was fair to say at some point in time, y'all were friends.
Yes.
Okay. And even at this point, you still were not signed to YSL, the label, correct?
But me and him spoken about it.
Okay.
And he just told me I had to convince him that this is what I really wanted to do.
He ain't convincing nobody. Now y'all see when Little Woody was ratting, a lot of people knew about this. It was funny, it was entertaining, all that. It's not funny when they get back into the streets. I'll be honest with you. 6ix9ine is upset. I'm surprised 6ix9ine is still breathing. It's the community, it's the people that are allowing this. You want to cause chaos or pretend to cause chaos. Say, I'll take that, I'll eat that case, I'll do this, I'll do that. And as soon as they go to court, as soon as they're in the interrogation room, really, behind closed doors, they singing like canaries. All of them. One can't get mad at the other. Now it's rats pointing out other rats. Like, well, why you ain't get at him like you did me? You lucky you still breathing. This doesn't even make any sense to me. We don't have to be in the streets. A lot of y'all understand these street codes more and more because of social media. Before social media, y'all didn't really understand it. What we doing is we're backing rappers or whoever's the next best packaged thing and just taking them for what they are and believing them on their lies. It doesn't make any sense. I don't want to see more people go, but to be honest, it would make more sense. It's gang, gang, right? So wouldn't it make more sense? Keep in mind, they was trying to blow Woody's watermelon head off. They've been trying to blow his head off from 2015, 2016, 17. That's what came up in this court case. They known each other since they was like 10, 11 years old, y'all. These are childhood friends. Little Woody knew them the longest. I believe it was Little Woody that knew Young Thug the longest. They go way back. But they rated off each other for ratting. Think about it. When Little Woody and all them was out here before this case, do y'all remember Little Woody was getting shot at and it was brought up in the court case, which I may find that real quick too. You remember that, right? But now it's like a domino effect that they all have told something. They're telling more than was necessary. With Young Thug's phone call, which I'll play, he's telling way more than was necessary. That's what makes it even more strange.
And you still aren't signed to the label, correct?
I had went back to jail.
All right. I'm going to play the last section, which is 2010 to 2040.
Thanks for the like, subscribing, and the comments. Appreciate it. Welcome to Kiy NY. So what different things to do with the community, astronomy here, things to do with spirituality and sexuality. Okay, so I hope to see y'all back. Peace.
Other than that, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, any last words or shout outs before we get you out of here?
Shit, you know, shout out to the game. YSL for life. You know what I mean? Shout out my nigga Munt, Ralph, you know, Threat. You know what I mean? For the ops. You know what I mean?
You said shout out to the gang, YSL, some other people, Threat, and then fuck the ops.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the ops?
The ops.
The ops of another record label?
No, my ops. Fuck them.
All right. But this is after you talked about shout out to the gang, YSL, correct?
I said shout out to the gang. Then I said YSL. I said fuck the ops.
Well, in that part right there, when he says F the ops, y'all was each other's ops. How do gang members within the gang become ops towards one another? You become ops when you talk with the cops. You become ops when you turn on each other. That's what they've all have done. And they didn't just do it behind closed doors. It's been exposed. So I wouldn't be surprised if more violence comes or violence starts because it hasn't happened yet. There's a lot of talk, but there's a lot of people that don't play these type of games. There's a lot of other people that have rubbed elbows with these so-called gang members, right? And they might feel like, hey, did they mention my name and it's going to come out? It's just going to be a ripple effect of more people being nervous because they've been telling so much. I don't know if y'all really understand how deep that goes, how many other people that aren't quite named are going to be affected by this. And it's up to them to react how they feel. They might want to start getting rid of these dudes. Because the cops, what they do too with investigators, they will hold on to information till the timing is right. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't just something just from before. It's resurfacing and it's for a reason. Someone strategically leaked these audios. Strategically did it. Because look at the timing of it all, right? All right. So speaking of rats, let's go back to 6ix9ine, who is such a bad example of New York. I can't stand it, y'all. Let's go.
2 hours. I'm not. It's me, the horse. Like I'm not saying that. Y'all heard what y'all heard.
One thing I know about a that ain't got nothing to lose, he gonna take everybody down with him.
New audio recordings of Young Thug snitching from jail are now going viral. As DJ Academics wrote, Gunna has been sitting on these jail phone recordings for a minute. Now the right time for him to drop them to further prove that Rallo pointed out that Young Thug puts everything against everyone. Gunna might be a genius, he played his hand smart. As this all began with the news writing, an alleged leaked jail call from Young Thug has surfaced where he's calling QCP a rat and speaks on Lil Baby still working with him.
He did the same thing P did. Stood up in court. Man, that was Wham, that was your ever get too, rocking with rat. And you be preaching about that too, man. You can't do that, man. That's a fact, bro. A rat, bro. I understand all that. Help put you on. Listen, man. A rat, I don't give what help. That nigga give me $1 million. Man, you're a rat. Whatever you talking about. Imagine telling them niggas still beat the Kato.
There was then a second audio being leaked to 21 Savage talking to Young Thug about rappers who started dissing Gunna the moment that he was released from jail.
Type. I ain't finna say nothing about you on the internet. I ain't finna let the world know I ain't with you until just say so.
But you know,
that's what
like,
they supposed to did. Like,
but ain't nobody
trying to go at him to get clout. Yes, they have. Dirt said
something to him, but that's it. Like, Wham ain't doing all this shit. Like,
Wham unfollowed him.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just that little boy. That ain't really saying that to no. Yeah, that's just like, damn, I'm disappointed, bro.
Yeah, but that's still.
But guess what? That makes
your
you.
Position is, right?
But
I ain't saying they wrong. I'm just saying
yeah, they jumped.
Plus, they had a conversation with you for they do anything.
Yeah, but
I look at it.
Wham did though. I talked to Wham, so we get on the phone. Hey, you told Buddy them do that? All right, he's like, all right, say less. Thanks, I'm smart off top. Soon it happens.
This resulted in a massive IG live featuring Rallo, 6ix9ine, Whack 100, and even DJ Academics, where they would react, wanting to reveal the entire truth of Young Thug snitching.
And get what? On that call, I never even told you he turned Wham against P, or he turned Wham against all these other different people that he.
Wait, who was that talking just now? That was barely talking. I know you Bonics pretty well, but maybe I need my ears more to the south. What did this Negro just say? Hold on. Can somebody translate in the chat? Anybody want to translate that? What the hell did he just say? Hold on. Let me go back. What did he just say? Some of this is new for me. I've watched a lot of it already, but this is different. Let me move. Let me just play. What did he say?
Thanks, I'm smart off top. Soon it happens.
This resulted in a massive IG live featuring Rallo, 6ix9ine, Whack 100, and even DJ Academics, where they would react, wanting to reveal the entire truth of Young Thug snitching.
And get what? On that call, I never even told you he turned Wham against P, or he turned Wham against all these other different people that he did. But however, you have found out, it came off the phone call. But guarantee, I ain't going for that line. Should be shunned just like us. The judge had shunned them. Now the streets need to shun that. Guess what? That's what I'm telling you. The thing about sitting down there, coming on here, lying, playing them, you telling your ass the truth.
All right. Shout out to 9mag TV and other ones. I'll mention the credits for some of this information. Another thing that it does remind me, if you remember during the YSL trial, Little Woody. There was another member too. I got to think of which one it was. They're illiterate, so they cannot read. Now, a lot of these people too that we're seeing in the court that had to do with YSL stopped early in school. Also with public schools, they'll push some kids along and they don't really know how to read and write. So that's another thing that's been an issue in the community too, and you're seeing it here. I know he talking with his southern slang, whatever, but it just reminds me too that I did want to say something about that too. Like the trial was just very revealing in different ways. The problems that we have with youth from different angles too, I feel like were really exposed when they were in the courtroom.
Just like I stand
A
up,
little bit
just
more.
don't
I'm
like
gonna move
that
on.
tell the truth. He hiding behind these masks, but get what? A mask gotta come off. You ain't gonna be able to keep that mask on forever. You ain't gonna be able to keep throwing rocks and hide your hand. This is karma.
But here's where it gets interesting. Tekashi 6ix9ine would then speak his thoughts, which had the entire chat agreeing with him, but it also resulted in Whack 100 joining the call, confirming everything, and saying there is 2 other court cases Young Thug was involved in that all magically disappeared and was never solved in the court of law.
Young Thug came home and said, yo, buddy, a rat. Stop acting like we cool. Made another excuse. Nah, but his music fire. I thought I said when he come home and say that Gunna told, y'all was gonna be like, all right, now everybody, you see how every time it's something every time?
And we like Thug though, man. Like somebody, yo.
Thug told, bro.
What?
He told before Gunna, 2015. Told, and this was crazy. Got caught with 2 or 3 sticks in L.A. Now I'm trying to figure out where them cases went. He got coming out the Lowe's Hotel, the same hotel where Yo Gotti them had that bang out. Remember that bang out happened? Got caught in the Sprinter with 2 or 3 sticks. We ain't heard about that case. This was back then. He told my, and like Rollo said, what conversations did you have since then?
This left the entire chat spamming why would Gunna still be signed to YSL if he snitched? Wouldn't have Young Thug just kicked him off already? But this has a much deeper meaning, as academics would then reveal Young Thug is still getting royalties from Gunna for the rest of his life.
All right. Somebody said when Whack talks, people listen, and I don't know why. Thanks for commenting too, everyone. It is an open chat room. I respect everyone's different views. Well, I sort of respect it, I'm be honest, but I always invite people's thoughts. I don't understand Whack 100. We're hearing more and more about him through social media because he runs his mouth like a lot of men from the streets do these days. He don't hold no weight to me. He's someone that knew people. To me, I like seeing people older and still have knowledge, but he don't really have no knowledge. So it's just like, why is he here? He's just a washed up OG. Like, I don't know if y'all young men out there that are listening, you look up to OGs, you're like, oh, he been in the game, he's still in the game. You got to realize that when somebody's washed up, they washed up. There's a big ocean out there in the world, but then you washed up ashore, not offering anything. Nothing. Someone also mentioned Lil Baby. I know he has some stuff to say too. I might be able to just jump into that. But let me go to a clip real quick while I'm finding my other thing. These are some video shorts that I did during the trial that were just catching little areas, and it was some of it was, well, a lot of it was kind of humorous and just interesting. Get into that while I find this file. Thank you. I'll supply the baby oil.
about, like, bro, I'm from the street. Like, I don't even care that with Kurt Franklin. He going #1 gospel, baby boy.
Wait, hold on. So, in y'all opinion, y'all think people should give the same
The
energy that they?
same goddamn energy. The same energy. The same energy. They don't even care nothing about. Like, bro, I'm from the street. Like, I don't even care nothing about none of that other shit. Why did he blackball and call the streets and turn everybody against everybody? And he did 10 times worse than everybody.
Mm.
You know,
I'm gonna be
that's my
honest with you.
only question. That's been my only question the whole time. I don't even care nothing about none of
But
that other.
Rollo, why do you think you're the only one speaking up? Nobody else speaking up
Because
like that.
everybody else scared. Everybody else scared and I ain't. They scared of being blackballed. I don't have a reputation to care for. Like, I don't care nothing about that. I'm my own man. They gonna clown me for being online with sitting down. I don't give a damn about that.
And let me clarify something. My bad. I was doing something. But listen to me. You can hear me act? Or my
Yeah,
phone on 1%, so it's
yeah.
probably cutting low. Listen to me. I'm gonna make this real clear. Stop saying that this thug beat a Rico case. That nigga took a plea in the state. He ain't beating no federal Rico. Like, you know what I mean? Stop
At all.
giving this nigga applause. Stop applauding this nigga for taking a plea in the state. Everybody took a plea in the state. That ain't no fucking win, nigga.
I can't
You
disagree
got
with
20 years probation. Nigga, that ain't no fucking win. You lost, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, but people who don't never been to jail, never been to the Fed, don't know none of that shit. Nigga, y'all think that's a win? Nigga, you lost, nigga. And you took your Rico to trial in the state, nigga.
I believe though, you see, unlike anybody else, people like Thug. So special circumstances, we got to make an
But
exception.
we not talking about who like who. I
I,
like
yo,
his music too.
no, hold on,
But
Rollo. You gotta attack this straight on. All right, so
See, that's the thing. We are talking about who like who. Goes beyond brotherly love because that's what gangs used to be based on: actual love and fighting back against oppression. Bloods, Crips. That's where this came from originally, right? Black Panther Party. They have no idea of the origin of these gangs that they want to belong to because they're going to feel like something. They're going to feel liked. This is about who you like and who you don't like. I like Young Thug's rap. He makes some of my favorite songs because when Young Thug raps, it's like he chants. It's something that's kind of hard to explain, but I know y'all, if you feel the music, you feel what I'm trying to say. And that's how I feel when it comes to Young Thug. So I think someone's calling in, guys. Body. Hello in Swahili. This Kiy NY7. Hello. Are you calling in to chime in? All right, bye. All right, so we get weirdos. That was some white guy too, I could tell. So moving right along. That's what they like to do. Yo, you obsessed with the hood? You obsessed with hip hop, huh? Hello. Yeah, you obsessed with black women? You obsessed with brown women? All right, so we'll let that person go. So moving on. All right, that threw me off just a little bit. So we'll continue, and then I'm gonna move back off of here. We got some weird.
make special exception. All right, cool. act right. Just the latest girlfriend I could tell you with, the latest girl I could tell who you was with is Angelica. Just say that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Angelica. Say what's his name? The skinny kid that sing the Blue Fago song. What's his name?
Uh, shit, I'm forgetting his name. God damn, my bad. Go ahead, though.
Anyway, say that nigga come up to you right in your face. I swear to God, act, I know you. Say Blue Fago come up to you, smack Angelica on her ass, right? What you
Mm-hmm.
doing to him,
I ain't gonna like that. You know what I mean? It might be an issue.
right?
Yeah.
What if the baby come and smack your girl ass? What you gonna do? It's a
I
different
mean,
approach, right?
a little different approach, you know.
It's a different approach. You can't pick and choose. You gangster stand on something. Not because one nigga do it. Oh, I don't know, bro. Shit. Nigga, what, bro? Keep the same energy, bro. Ratting is ratting.
So from what I'm hearing though, I don't think he's saying that he didn't tell. He spun the cops.
Oh, he spun the cops? All right, so I spun too. I just spun him at trial. What? Like,
He is
what?
crazy, man.
I spun him too. I spun him the trial. I spun everybody. I said, oh yeah, look, like what, bro? Come on, like what? Like now, oh, bro, you didn't tell where your,
All right, I had enough of Tekashi 6ix9ine. I can't really listen to him for too long. So that was just some of the conversation. You see DJ Academics in the middle, and somehow he's a rising person who's, isn't he from the island somewhere, or maybe it's from America? He's like the end all be all for some people to listen to what he has to say about things. So that's why he's in the forefront a lot. Also, I want to mention I'll be closing out soon. So if anyone wants to call in or chime in, a real person, it helps if you say something in the chat first. Otherwise, I probably won't answer the phone right now because we got stupid weirdo coming in. I got your number too, dummy. You forgot to block your number before you called, I think. Is that what happened? Is that what happened? Dummy? Is that what happened, dummy? Like, dummy. Hold on. We're going to pull it up. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. Did you forget? Like, is that your number? And then you kept calling private? What is that? 816-266. Y'all see the number? Dummies, yo. Straight dummies. You about as dumb as these rats and packs. You about as dumb as these people that's in the streets trying to get a name off of nothing. You about as dumb as the people that are from New York that condone it. Because these dudes wouldn't be doing what they're doing right now if the community didn't condone it. So that falls back on everybody else. Then if you remember the tight connection that Fonnie Willis had with this case, and she was under a lot of scrutiny for having a possible scandal and stuff. I wanted to show us a little bit of that because that was the press that went on with the YSL, and then talk about the Pimpin pastor.
Like Sex Money Murder and 30 Deep. Then in 2013, Thug caught charges for a gun and theft by receiving stolen property. It wasn't a big deal back then, but in the YSL RICO paperwork, they called it an overt act. The prosecutors claimed a lot of things Thug said and did were overt acts, which basically means that he had criminal intent. Sometimes it's hard to prove what an overt act really is, but one example is if you buy a ski mask, there's no problem with that. But if you buy a ski mask to use in a bank robbery, then it's an overt act. In 2014, Thug dropped the track You and rapped, "Red just like Elmo, but I never fucking giggle. YSL won't fold, pick his ass off from the balcony. YSL wipe a nigga nose." And according to the prosecutors, the track is an overt act that proved YSL was a gang. And in 2015, Thug was caught on tape talking to a dude named Kyle Ori. Kyle Ori was allegedly calling the shots for a gang called Sex Money Murder.
Somebody said, like, I'm in the streets. You don't know where I'm at. You don't know where I'm at. We paid to see these people. We're the ones that help rappers be where they are. They're not going to be anywhere if it's not for the people that don't cheer them on, that don't play their music. I have every right to speak on it. And you don't know what I used to do or where I used to be. I used to be with way more real ones than y'all. A lot of y'all are. Y'all believe the fakes. Some of y'all are the reasons why we got these fake ones out here now. But you want to come in the chat and talk tough. You ain't tough. The link is right there, and my phone number is right there. I bet you I could talk better than somebody sitting in the streets right now. I bet you I drop more gems than any of them. People act so weird. Most of the people that enjoy rap music are not even from the streets. See, I know statistics. Y'all don't. You don't. I know all type of statistics. Why? Because I analyze everything. That's why if you come to my channel, you're going to be elevated because you're going to get more information from me. I look at things from all kind of angles, all different angles, like your favorite porn star. That your fast wish you could get. Let me see what y'all saying. Hey, sees it. Yeah. So yeah, so that was part of that. And then I'm gonna close out with what was it? Something else. Like I showed y'all too, as a reminder, this guy right here is the creator of YSL. It all started with this guy right here. Like I said in the beginning, I showed different clips. I said he looks like he's somebody's grandfather. Look at how people look that are in the game that they're bragging about. Look how they fell apart because they attracted each other. They say with the laws of attraction, you attract what you are. This gang is falling apart because it was full of people that already fell apart. It was full of people that was ready to not really stand for what they were supposed to. It started with the founder. Then we got a millionaire rapper who's falling into.
Jeffrey Williams.
Don't forget. That's why timeline is.
And
Thanks
the
for coming
game
through.
Young Slime.
He was scared to death. This was Mr. Daniels, the first one.
Mm-hmm. Positivity and negativity. Positivity and negativity. The label that Jeffrey Williams created was based on positivity, and the game was negative.
And did the game precede, did you all form it before Jeffrey Williams started his record label?
YSL is a music label, so music happened first. That was the approach, music.
Mr. Stevens, do you remember your testimony about 15 seconds ago?
Can you rephrase the question? It kind of, I answered the best to my ability.
You making me tired too, looking like that. That doesn't make any
What you
sense, you
asking me?
guys. They are young. This is young people. I'm sorry. No, from day one, I was shocked. So from day one, I was like, what is going on? No, I'm not joining no gang where y'all look like this. I'm not joining. You better off by yourself out here in the streets doing what you got to do because you ain't going to turn on you. People are turning on each other. It's family out here turning on each other. When the last time you really seen family really be together? Sometimes they fight together, but that's about it. If that. Everybody's for themselves out here. I've been talking on that more and more too. This coming week, I'm going to be covering the rest of the closing arguments on the Cardi B case. The last trial did really good. Got over 30,000 views. But we were chatting it up. I give commentary here and there, but I mostly let it play. But when there's breaks and stuff, it allows me to speak more. And I engage with my chat room here. So hope to see y'all back. Consider subscribing. Hit the like button. It's right there, you guys. It really helps. And thanks for the likes that I did get so far. That's more than usual. It'd be hard. I don't know why y'all act like I'm pulling y'all teeth out. I'm not here to pull teeth. I'm gonna leave your teeth in your mouth. But I'm here to have a unique channel. Mine is different than everybody else's because I'm gonna break stuff down differently. And I invite you to join in, so I'm very different. Speak your mind in the chat room. Sometimes you might want to come through and you just feel like venting. You know what I mean? You can vent. We all go through things. Thanks for subscribing, Maji Jr. I hope I said it right. Maji, thank you. Welcome. This is Kiy NY7. Yes, I'm a New York native, so a lot of things too coming from New York, I feel like we do first and we do it the best. At least we damn sure try. So there's just certain standards that do have to do with street codes too. That I don't care if you're in Chicago, Georgia, wherever you are, we all have the same code. And if not, then what gang are you talking about? Like, what are you doing? Just be friends. Just be cool. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even really friends. They turn on each other left and right. But yeah, he shouldn't look like that. He shouldn't look like that. So let me go to oh, speaking of Gunna, I'm gonna finish out with Gunna, then show that Pimpin' Pastor, and then that'll be it. They saying Gunna had they's calling it snitched on CNN. But hold on, it's right here.
No one wants to go down for it. No one.
Devontae Benton's younger cousin,
This is
Sergio
old, very
Kitchens,
old footage.
says Benton is on trial for murder simply because his friends turned on him.
Just go to see like you ain't got no real friends out here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I learned from that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not happy that it happened, but you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of good to see that be on the outside looking in.
Kitchens is now a member of the neighborhood rap group SPC, known as Shady Park
Thanks for
Click,
subscribing.
like his cousin once was.
Money Man Duck.
That's why it's come back to
Yeah.
that street word, snitch. No one's want to be labeled as a snitch. I don't want to tell on him because somebody might try to come kill me or someone in my family.
Why
Kitchens
did that
says Benton
apply then, but
first
it don't
lied to
apply
police
now, Gunna?
because he didn't want to rat out another member, Clarence Carter.
Everybody, like, know. Like, the streets know. So
Gunna,
everybody
girl.
looking at it like it was wrong because this man would let my family member, you know what I'm saying, go down for something he did.
Right. Kitchens claims Benton and Carter were both wearing red the night Jasmine Lynn was shot.
It was just a coincidence of how it was put out. Like, they actually had on the same exact color.
Okay.
He just had on the hood, and Devo didn't. He had on a regular shirt.
Kitchens believes that mistaken identity played a big role in this case. And he knows one thing for sure, that his cousin is innocent.
And it's not right because you think you have one in jail for the crime, but it's not the right guy.
Yes, Young Thug is the latest that told. You must have just got in here. Yeah, I showed some of the audio with Young Thug and 21 Savage. I showed the very beginning, the YSL founder. Remember Mr. Daniels? Got him on there. So from the beginning, this was all from the beginning. This didn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So should we really be surprised that there's so much more telling? I don't know. I'm still surprised because you could always look at Young Thug's face. He looks like he just wanted to get out of this. Like, come on, man. Like, psh, like looking them in their face when they was taking a stand and the way he was just looking and we looking at it, everybody looking and looking. And you told first. I would like to know the date on Young Thug's interrogation. Keep talking about it, but like what date was it from? Because I just want to know if he even told before Little what he told. You trying to blow his brains out, but you told too? You helped put hits out on one of your YSL members, but you told too. There was hits affecting their family members, but he told too. Y'all not thinking about these other victims that's been out here, y'all. In one of my other video shorts, which I'm going to show too real quick, you can tell this is an older woman. You know, she's breathing every time she gets a word out, breathing heavy, like, yeah, so I was in the house and, you know, the bullets was coming through the house and one shot me. Remember? Like, that's somebody's grandmother, mother, all kind of stuff. My point is, all of these things were going on the strength of somebody else telling. You feel what I'm saying? So there's just a lot going on here. Just like there's a lot going on with my battery, and I thought it was charging, but I guess it's not. I'm gonna get right to that thing in a second too. I could still I'll show this. Oh no, this is just him. No, that's his music. I can't play it. I'm not gonna play that right now. Whew. on a second.
To his apartment.
Thug was protecting Rich Homie Quan.
Versus to his condo.
No, Threat had issues with Rich Homie Quan.
I didn't ask about threat. I asked
But-
about what you told police regarding Thug having an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing individuals from If Gang to his apartment.
Thug was protecting Rich Homie Quan. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So,
What's
like
up,
I keep telling
Kiy?
you, y'all don't have y'all facts together.
So I'm asking you a specific question. Did
You hear me?
tell police
All right, I'm gonna have to drop
that
it
Thug
down.
had an issue with Rich Homie
All right, we'll
Quan
finish this so
bringing
everybody can
members
hear
of
before I
If
close
Gang
out.
to his condo?
Again, when I'm talking to the investigators, I'm gonna tell them anything to get them off of me. But as I sit right here, I'm telling you the God and the truth that Thug, I had an issue with Rich Homie through threat, and about my partner, whatever he with, I'm with. They don't have nothing to do with YSL. Y'all trying to make it seem like this has some just because they don't have nothing to what I do and what threat do. They don't have nothing to do with YSL.
I still don't think I heard an answer. Did you tell police that Thug had an issue
I
with
think I
Rich
just answered
Homie
you.
Quan? I don't think you did. Oh, if you did, I did not hear you. So
Oh,
you
I'm
could
sorry.
repeat your answer.
Yeah, I said that Thug was trying to protect Rich Homie. He was calling us saying that, man, hey man, leave Rich Homie alone. Like, he don't tell me what to do.
So that's still the answer to the question. Yes, no, I don't recall. Did Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing members of If Gang to his apartment?
Thug, did you have an issue
wait,
with Rich Homie?
I'm asking you for what you told the police.
And I'm answering you. I just told you several times. I tell the police anything.
Okay. Do you recall talking about the shooting at the studio with Rich Homie Quan's car last week with Mr. Shard?
All right, so that was Little Woody. Now I want to show a video short just reminding you of the victims. There was a victim, an older woman that was shot. This all has to do with retaliation over them telling or snitching on each other. There was a lot of other innocent people involved in this, not just them. I think people are forgetting about the other victims. That was kind of funny because she kept telling like, no, like don't put me all in this. So that was just showing the timeline that we saw from the very beginning. There was just a lot of talking, and it was just very strange looking at the way they look. You know, the creator of YSL looked like a homeless old man, so that to me was even telling, like, what's going on with them? So like I said, that was that. I'm going to close out now. I'm going to put in just a little more about the pastor. A lot of people are kind of losing their faith. And I think since even COVID. So it's like when you see pastors that are doing these things and using God's name and whatnot, like for their own wealth. You're supposed to be wealthy. Like I used to watch Frederick Price. He has passed away. Now his son has taken the torch. They would like to see their own fellowship get money. They're not pastors that just want money for themselves. They believe in abundance among those that seek the Bible for what it is and live righteously in God's word. You shall be taken care of. Now, on the other hand, we have pastors like this.
He said since he's been at that business in the past year or so, he's seen some strange things, including people coming out here and mowing this grass with a single push lawnmower. He even offered one of the workers water, and the person didn't say much. But we have seen a steady stream of law enforcement here at this church here since about 6 o'clock this morning. This is the JMMI Global Campus for Harvest. It's owned by the Kingdom of God Global Church, and federal prosecutors say its leaders, David Taylor and Michelle Brannon, operated call centers in Michigan, Florida, and Texas and Missouri to solicit donations and committed forced labor. According to the 10-count federal indictment, Taylor and Brannon allegedly forced followers to work in their call centers for little or no pay, pressuring them to meet high donation quotas. Victims allegedly lived in ministry housing or even slept at the call centers with their movements strictly controlled. Prosecutors allege Taylor, who called himself an apostle, required some followers called armor bearers to serve him around the clock. They were allegedly tasked with transporting women to him, some of whom were told to take emergency contraceptives. The indictment also accuses the pair of using millions in donations to fund a lavish lifestyle, buying luxury properties, cars, a boat, jet skis, and more, while threatening victims with humiliation, food restrictions, sleep deprivation, and even claims of divine punishment if they fail to comply. And Taylor was arrested in North Carolina and Brannon in Florida. Now, they are expected in court sometime later today, but a lot of strange allegations tied to this ministry right here in Houston. Investigators tell us that they believe more victims will come forward, and they are urging anyone who may be victimized to give them a call. Of course, Haley, this is a story we're going to continue to stay on top.
Now, what I wanted to do was show that house. This house is crazy. This house is huge. Oh, my bad.
Out of these homes.
Under the guise of religion to rake in millions of dollars. Channel 9's Nick Pampantonis was in Ocala today as FBI agents scoured just one of the many properties owned by the church.
There's more excitement around here than we've had since the wild pig.
Joseph Hildner said 5 loud booms woke this Ocala community Wednesday morning. A dozen FBI cars descending on this $2.6 million home. They did the same in North Carolina, Tampa, and 5 other properties across the U.S., arresting this man, David Taylor, the so-called apostle of the Kingdom of God Global Church.
Always restore to us the joy of your salvation.
This video posted to the church's Facebook page the night before the raid shows the emotional nature of Taylor's preaching, but agents say a system of cruelty hid behind the tears. They accused Taylor of running call centers out of these homes, unpaid staff cut off from the outside world, told to raise an unreachable amount of money in donations, and when they failed, Taylor deprived them of sleep and food. They say since 2014, Taylor pocketed $50 million. A staff member at his Ocala house after the raid refusing to comment.
From bumper to bumper, just a black Suburban with opaque windows that you cannot see in or out of, and they were coming and going a lot.
They'll come to his ministry lured through promises of a free housing, free meals.
Pete Evans and Barry Bowen investigate religious fraud for the Trinity Foundation and interviewed some of Taylor's staff. They pointed to his far-flung properties and constant attempts to get his viewers to call his church, like you see here, as red flags. They say it's a well-worn playbook.
They would believe he's closer to God than they are, and he feeds on people's ignorance.
Nick is joining us live here.
Happy New Year. God bless your heart.
Executive Director, one faces 10 counts. It's 20 years per count and a lot in fines, including all the properties can be taken from them.
So that was a lot, Joe. That was a whole lot. A lot of things are testing people's faith. I say, hey, you have to work on your relationship with your higher power first. And you can do it through man. But remember, man is flesh. And what I see is man's flesh speaking to me, speaking to us more than the cloth that they're supposed to represent. We have to be spiritually connected with the universe and our higher power and each other better to where you can tell that someone's a snake. You cannot be fooled, people. People are going to be working on fooling us through family members, through friends, through church, through anywhere. But we have to be connected. We have to have that tap in of higher power in ourselves to smell out people like this, to smell out a rat too, to smell out any of these things so that we don't end up in these type of situations. So I just wanted to show that. Thank y'all for rocking out with me. I'll catch everyone another time too. I had a guest in there, Cass. I'm not sure what happened, but I went in there and checked. He didn't respond, so I had to move on. But thank y'all for coming out. This is Kiy NY7. Anyone interested in any type of donations, that information is usually in the description. I just really ask for participation. Mainly, that's the thing that I really would like to see and see more of. And thanks for the likes and for coming through. The subscribers, the likes helps a lot, and your commenting. All right. So yeah. So I'll check out next time. I will be on Tuesday because those will be the closing arguments for the Cardi B $24 million trial that she is being accused of assaulting a woman while she was pregnant with her first child, her daughter, Culture. So that will pick back up the day after Labor Day. Labor Day is tomorrow. So we'll pick back up Tuesday, which is September 2nd. All right. So we'll close out for this Sunday. Thanks, y'all. And I hope y'all doing good. All right. Thanks. It was fun times lately with these live streams. So I appreciate all of you guys. All right. Thank you. Peace.
Kiss my black pants. I see you, devil. I see you, devil. Ain't nobody scared of you, devil. Church is named by the identity of the people in the room. Every church in Atlanta, Georgia is a gay church. Every last one. I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. Now, you're more than welcome, man of God. Man of God, man of God. Here, let me tell you this. The Bible say, lay hands on no man. Now, you're more than welcome, man of God. Lay hands on no man's son. Satan, the Lord rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Every demon, I see you, devil. I see you, devil. I see you, devil. Ain't nobody scared of you, devil. I see you, devil. I see you, devil. I see you, devil. I see you, devil. Ain't nobody scared of you, devil. I see you, devil. For a minute, Lord, I want to know your plan. Can we talk for a minute? Lord, I want to know. And we have come listen. Stop. Now. Happy New Year. God bless your heart. Kiss my black pants. I said kiss my black pants. I know I may have done some things that I shouldn't have done in the last year. But I want to tell you right now, kiss my black pants. Oh, kiss it. Oh, kiss it. Oh, kiss it. Oh, kiss my black pants. Can you look at somebody?
Peace out, good people. Take care.